Hi guys, Christy from Moral School Chronicles, and today I want to talk to you about how to start full-time travel. So we started a 7 years ago traveling full-time, and I just wanted to go through with you the steps that I took that took me from the dream of wanting to travel full-time to actually doing it full-time. So 2008, I believe, I went on a vacation to the Dominican Republic, and I dreamed of going there and kind of living there for maybe a month or two. I didn't really know. And then, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. And so I was really stumped by that. And it was like, but what about this? And but what about that? And anyway, and it wasn't until a couple of years later that I decided to actually make the jump and do it full time. And so I'm going to go through with you some of those things that I did. So the first thing you need to do is make a list or define your dream. So by that I mean write out your dream in detail, what it is. So if it's, you want to live in a school bus or you want to live in a motorhome, then that's your dream. But other than just, I want to live in a motorhome, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? How do you envision that being? So like in detail, write out your dream. And then next, what I did was I made a list of every single thing that I needed to do to reach that dream. So things like getting a passport, getting consent from the kid's dad, things like that. And so I did that. I made a detailed list of everything that I needed to do to make that dream possible. And then make a plan. So, make a plan of set a date of when you're going to go out, like when you're going to leave, and just make a plan. So by, I don't know, November 24th, I'm going to have these 5 things done. By, December 30th, I'm going to have these 3 things done. And then by, April 25th, we're going to go. Those kinds of things. And then another thing is we all have fears, we all have anxieties, we all have those what ifs that creep up. So make a list of all your fears, what ifs, worst case scenarios that you're worried about. Make a list of every single one and leave a space. So on a paper, write out the first one and then leave a space, and then the second one and then leave a space, And so write them out and wait a couple of days and then think about them over those couple of days, like all your what ifs and worries and worst case scenarios. And then think of a plan of how you could, if that worst case scenario or that what if happened, what would you do? And think of a plan. So now those aren't really huge worries anymore. It's just we have a plan. And then the other thing is to change your inner dialogue. So, now you're thinking, we can't do this because nobody else does this. We can't do this because. Start changing your inner dialogue and changing it to, I can do this because, And then another thing to do to change your inner dialogue is to write out all your what ifs. And for every negative what if, think of a positive what if. So, what if it doesn't work? A positive would be, what if we love it and we don't want to come back? What if the bus breaks down? What if we meet amazing people while the bus is broken down? Those kinds of things. So just change the dialogue and you can change the way that you look at it. And then the last thing that I did was I started living like we had already achieved our dream. So, and what I mean by that is, so instead of, we're going shopping, and instead of just buying junk, it was, okay, is this going to fit in the bus? Do we really need this? And like if I went shopping for clothes, I'd buy things that were easily hand washed, didn't need to be ironed, and didn't need and matched with everything else, so we could mix and match and things like that, you know. When birthdays and Christmas came around and people were asking what the kids wanted, it was, you know, Amazon. We don't really use Amazon, but, you know, iTunes gift cards and gift cards for different places and things like that, or a new backpack or new headphones or whatever they needed for our life that we were going towards. And so that was kind of our way of doing things. So my steps were: define your dream, make a list of everything you need to do, and in detail, and then just start taking things off your list, you know. So, you know, you've got get passports, you know, so you when you get passports, you check that off your list, and then, you know, get I don't know what else is on your list. Everybody's list is going to be different, but as you do things, check them off, and then you can see that things are getting done and you're getting closer to where you need to be. And then, you know, change your inner dialogue, make things more positive, and start believing that you can do this, you know. And also, instead of just saying, you know, we might move into a bus, or we might move into a motorhome. It's, we're going to move into a motorhome, and we're going to travel, and we're going to do this, you know. And one thing that I did was I avoided negativity, because negativity can really affect your mind. So people that I thought might be negative, I didn't tell them until the last minute that we were going. So when I was still thinking about it and stuff, I didn't really tell anybody except for people in like Facebook groups and stuff who travel full time, and I know that they would understand. So I didn't, you know, go and tell my best friend, who would be totally devastated that we're leaving and that we're not going to be around all the time and stuff. So I didn't tell a whole lot of people except for like online who didn't really know us, because I didn't want negativity of, well, you can't do that, what about this and what about that, and, you know. So I just kind of didn't say anything to anybody to avoid negativity. I told them at the end, but not right away. And then so change your inner dialogue, make a list of all your fears, what ifs, and worst case scenarios, and then make a plan for what you would do if they happened. And that kind of helps you to problem solve as well. So like one thing that I've gotten really good at in the last 7 years of traveling is problem solving. So before a problem would happen, I'd be like, oh God, what am I going to do? And I just like melt down and break down, and I wouldn't be able to cope. But now, you know, so I'll give you an example. We were in the Dominican Republic. We went to this concert thing, and somebody had taken my bank card out of my bag, thinking it was a Visa card. And so I called my bank, and they could send me a new bank card, but I wouldn't get it for 7 days. So I had no access to our money for 7 days, you know. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You know. But then if you can calm down and you can kind of, you've already got some of these things written out and thought about, then you can plan for them better. So I didn't really deal with that situation the greatest, but now we're heading out again. So what I've done is, in case that happens again, I've opened a bank account for my son, who's 17, and so he has a bank card, and they're connected, so like through my banking app. And so if that ever happens again, I can transfer money to his account, we can take it out, and then we have money. So that helps. And now I also have a backup emergency credit card with $300 on it, so that would help as well. So just thinking about those things, and you know, what's going to help really helps to problem solve. But you'll find that as you travel more, you get better at problem solving and figuring out solutions for things on the spot. And then for make a list of all the what ifs that you have. You know, what if it doesn't work out? What if we run out of money? What if we can't find a place to stay? What if? And then for every what if, make a list of a positive what if. So for a negative what if, such as, you know, what if we hate it? You know, what if it's amazing? Or what if it doesn't work out? What if we don't want to come back? You know, what if the motorhome breaks down? What if we meet amazing people while the motorhome breaks down, what is broken down? You know, those kind of things. Or what if we find a road that's impassable? You know, what if we find a road that's impassable and we have to backtrack and we find this really cool town? You know, that kind of thing. So you can always change it from negative to positive. And so that's kind of how we got from thinking about traveling to actually going. And we've been on the road now 7 years, and I can't imagine living a conventional life again. Like, we've been in Canada 2 years. We were in BC last year, and we were in Alberta for this past year. And a year is really long for me for staying in one spot, but we're on the move again. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy my videos and find them informative and you want to hear more about you know, how we travel on less than $1,200 a month, and you're interested in ultra low budget traveling as a single parent or traveling as a family, be sure to subscribe. And I update every Monday. So yeah, see you next time.